Hello everyone and welcome to Spot. In this episode we're gonna have a look over the Hitpower crafting recipes in D2R. Now those types of recipes aren't really that popular among the crafters simply because there aren't many useful items which can be rolled with them, but nevertheless we're gonna have a look over them, starting up with the weapon. So in order to make yourself a Hitpower crafted weapon you have to use a blunt weapon base, which also has to be a magical type. So in this situation we're gonna use this vicious jagged star. So I'm gonna put this item in my Horadric cube with also a tier rune, some jewel and a perfect sapphire gem. And now we're gonna hit the transmute button. So you also can use normal, nightmare or hell difficulty items. This one in particular is nightmare difficulty. As you can see, it has level requirement of 25, so I'm gonna hit the transmute button now. And here is the item which we rolled, and it comes with 5% chance to cast level 4 Frost Nova when struck. This is a mode which comes from the recipe type. There's also a 47% enhanced damage, 19 to maximum damage, 4 life stolen per hit, 3 mana after each kill, attackers take damage of 4, and 50% damage to undead, also 1 socket on this weapon. So in terms of usefulness, you can see level requirement is 40, damage is quite average, being 29 to 64, and there's also not much of other useful modes on this sort of weapon, so basically we crafted ourselves a junk item. There's not much use of it, and the next item which we're gonna craft now is gonna be the helmet. So you have to use specifically this skin of the helmets. They have to be also magical, so I'm gonna put this item in my Horadric cube with if rune, some random jewel and a perfect sapphire gem, and again I'm gonna hit the transmute button, and here is our crafted Loft Visage Bazinet, requiring level 50, and it comes with 14% chance to cast level 5 Nova when struck, and 5% chance to cast level 4 Frost Nova when struck. There's also a 52% enhanced defense, 29 defense versus missiles, and those are the modes which also spawn from the recipe itself. There's a cold resist 19, fire resist 13, and attackers take damage of 4, so in terms of usefulness, again, not really useful item. It's quite interesting with those two particular modes casting Nova, but that's about it. It's not really something which you're gonna use on your character. Now we're gonna craft ourselves an armor, so in order to make yourself a Hitpower Armor you have to use specifically this skin of the armors again. Now this is a nightmare difficulty item, so I'm gonna put it in my Horadric cube with Nef rune, some random jewel and again perfect sapphire gem. I'm gonna hit the transmute button, and here is the item which we crafted, and again it's got a dual proc skill, which is quite funny. It can be coupled with the helmet for something funny, but that's another topic. So the modes which rolled on this specific item are 14% chance to cast level 5 Nova when struck, and 5% chance to cast level 4 Frost Nova when struck. 15 to strength, which is a really decent amount actually. There's also 12% faster hit recovery, which is one of the recipe modes. It can roll up to 20%, so we also have poison resist 13, damage reduced by 2, and attackers take damage of 7. In terms of usefulness, again, completely crappy item, requiring also somewhat of a high level, being 69. So now we're gonna go over the boots. Again, you have to use exactly this skin of the item. These ones particularly are nightmare difficulty item again, so all these items are being gathered from gates by just doing a game bow. That's the easiest way to obtain them actually. So I'm gonna put these boots into my Horadric cube with Brow Rune, some random jewel and a perfect sapphire gem once more. I'm gonna hit the transmute button, and here is once more we got 14% chance to cast level 5 Nova when struck, and 5% chance to cast level 4 Frost Nova when struck. These ones also happen to roll with 20% faster on Woke, 48 defense versus missiles, cold resist 37, poison resist 25, and attackers take damage of 5. In terms of usability, I'd say you probably have much better boots than these, and if you don't have anything better at that point, being level 50, maybe you can use them for a few levels, but it's not something which I'd recommend you doing. Now let's move over to the shield. So you have to use exactly this skin of a shield. Again, this is a nightmare difficulty item. You can see level requirement being 25. So I'm gonna put this one into my Horadric cube with F rune, some random jewel, and again a perfect sapphire gem. I'm gonna hit the transmute button, and this is our shield. So we got 5% chance to cast level 4 Frost Nova when struck. This is the natural mod coming from the recipe itself. It also rolls with between 5 and up to 10% increased chance of blocking on the recipe, plus 4 to mana we've got on this particular one. Cold resist 17, lightning resist 17, fire resist 32, poison resist 17, magic damage reduced by 1, and attackers take damage of 6. So level requirement is 53 now, with somewhat higher strength stats. In terms of usability, of course, you can make yourself much more usable shields in terms of rune wards, for example, or you can get much better alternatives in terms of unique items if you're being lucky to drop one or not. If you are just a beginner at this point, or you just started the ladder, maybe you can use something like that for a few levels or until you can find a better replacement, but still, it's not something which I'd recommend you doing. There are much better alternatives nevertheless. And now let's move over to the next item, which is gonna be the belt. So this is a normal difficulty item. You can see level requirement being 3. So again, you have to use exactly this skin for the belt in order for the recipe to work. I'm gonna put it in my Horadric cube with a talon this time. Some random jewel once more, and again perfect sapphire gem. I'm gonna hit the transmute button, and here it is, our crafted belt. You can see now level requirement is 45, still the same amount of defense and all the other stats. We got a 5% chance to cast level 4 Frost Nova when struck, 10% faster hit recovery, 69 enhanced defense, lightning resist 9, attackers take damage of 9, and 10% damage taken goes to mana. So that's the unique option in terms of crafting the belts. You can roll between 5 and 10% damage taken goes to mana. In terms of usability, normally it's quite difficult actually to get a really decent belt very early on in the game, so maybe you can get by with a belt like this for quite a while until you find better replacement, but still it's a quite weak item once more. And now let's move over to the last piece of equipment from our slots. These are the gloves. Again, you have to use exactly the same skin for the item in order for the recipe to work. So I'm gonna put these ones into my Horadric cube with Orturun this time. Again, some random jewel and a perfect sapphire gem, hitting the transmute button, and we've got our crafted gloves, and these ones provide us with 5% chance to cast level 4 Frost Nova when struck, 22 attack rating, 3% life stolen per hit, knockback, 28% enhanced defense, attackers take damage of 7 and repair 1 durability in every 20 seconds. So absolute crap of gloves. And now let's do the last two of the crafting recipes, starting up with the ring. So I'm putting this random ring in my cube with Rune, random jewel, and a perfect sapphire gem once more, hitting the transmute button, and here we've got our crafted ring with 10% chance to cast level 3 Nova when struck, 5% chance to cast level 4 Nova when struck, Frost Nova, 1 to dexterity, 4 to mana, lightning resist 14, damage reduced by 2, and attackers take damage of 3. So again, super crappy ring. In terms of crafting rings, every now and then you might get lucky, but problem with this recipe is that the inherited options from crafting the recipes are always gonna be crap, so even if you roll something good on the other options, you're still gonna have half of them being not useful at all, so there is not really a point crafting a ring like that. Now let's move over to the amulet. So what we've got here is 1 to summoning skills for the necromancer requiring level 15. I'm gonna put it with a full rune in my Horadric cube, some random jewel once more, and for the last time a perfect sapphire gem. And let's hit this transmute button and see what our last crafted item is gonna be. And this one gives us 5% chance to cast level 4 Frost Nova when struck, 1 to Shadow Disciplines, 3 to mana stolen per hit. Hit causes monsters to flee 7%, poison resist 39%, half freeze duration, and attackers take damage of 5 with level requirement of 40. So Pretty much crappy item once more. Now let's do a quick retrospective of what we crafted so far and is there anything usable at all. So weapon, absolute junk. Helmet, just funny how we've got these two proccing skills on it, and that's about it pretty much. Some resistances. The armor, again, two of the proc skills with a decent amount of strength and some poison resist on it with faster hit recovery 12%. Somewhat high of a level requirement, so not really usable item here. Again, double proc skill on the boots with 20% faster unload. So these boots are not usable, I'd say, but they're somewhat fun. Now the belt, again, super crap. The gloves, nothing interesting. You can roll yourselves gloves with the knockback option, which can turn to be useful for a boa zone maybe, but again you have to craft quite a lot of these until you happen to roll a decent one, so if you want to do that, that's entirely up to you. In terms of shield, absolute junk once more. This one gives us all resistances and that's about it. So the amulet, really crappy, and the ring, absolute junk once more. So in terms of usability of all those crafting recipes, there isn't really anything which I'd recommend you apart from maybe trying out the gloves. And that's gonna be the end of this video, guys. I hope you liked it and it's been interesting and entertaining for you. Stay tuned for the next one and I'll see you later. Bye!